Hey, this is Jacob with SurvivalGeek. Today I'm going to be demoing the ACCUSHARP Natural Arkansas Pocket Stone Knife Sharpener. Keep your edge. Keep your edge. This is a 3-inch Arkansas stone. Got a little groove on the inside here for hooks and needles. And this is basically mainly for finishing up an edge or taking an already sharpened knife and it just needs the edge touched up on it. That's basically what you use Arkansas stones for. So this particular one, if you look it up on Amazon, it runs $5. It's the ACCUSHARP 024C. That's ACCUSHARP 024C, C for Charlie. It comes with a nylon case here, ACCUSHARP across it. I would not recommend using the belt loop on the back. This is a very cheap case. It's about as useful as wrapping this in a handkerchief and put it in your pack to use on the trail somewhere. But getting it in here is it's a pain in the neck, and looks like they just threw something in there to make you feel like, ooh, I got a case. But as I'm pushing this thing in here, I'm afraid that the case may rip open on me in the process. So here's, with any sharpening stone, it is sharp. So it's difficult getting in there, and you can see it's kind of cutting in the backside here and everything. And yeah, definitely, I wouldn't trust the case. I'd probably just toss it, to tell you the truth. It looked nice in the package, and you know, that goes with that. But open this up here and give you guys a look at the package real quick. People ask questions. Made in USA. Notice that there are, it doesn't show you on here, but there are multiple types of Arkansas stones. They come in different grits. Ultra fine, fine, medium, coarse. There's and then a much more coarser one. There we go. You can pause your screen. So in my case, I was looking for something just to carry with me in my go bag. Something I could take with me every day and have a sharpener of some type. Now this one on the side is just your cheap average stone that you would find in a Dollar Tree or online somewhere. I buy these for $1 at the Dollar Tree, obviously. It's basically a coarse and a fine grit. Coarse would be 150, and the fine would be more towards 240. But after you've got done sharpening your knife and you're looking to get that edge really, really sharp afterwards, so I'm gonna use this one as a demo. This is a Kershaw Speed Safe 1986 WM. 1986 WM for Whiskey Mike. So, just like I would do on an actual regular sharpening stone, I'll be always sharpen away from you, by the way, unless you're wearing gloves or whatnot. So, but since this one is thick, I'm going to hold it in my hand as such, point up towards me, so I'm not actually coming down towards my wrist. So, like we have a circle circle cut 4 ways. One piece of that circle is 90 degrees. So now we have a 90 degree section. This angle is at 90 degrees. If I cut this angle in half, so if I had 0, 90, I cut it in half, I'm down to 45 degrees. And then I take this 45 make it a bit bigger here. And I cut it down again. I'm going to have, this is where I start looking at knife sharpening overall. So this isn't exact, I'm just making this up as I go along as far as my angles go. If you really want to look at this, look at a ruler or a protractor of some type to show you the actual angles of how it goes along. But you're looking at, this one's saying to set it at 21 degrees, which that's kind of hard to do exactly from freehand, but if so half of 45 is down to 22.5. So let's say this was our half mark at 22.5 degrees. And they're looking for something, and then let's say this mark here is halfway in between, so we're looking at what's 11.25 degrees. So obviously in between these, somewhere along those ways, you start hitting razor sharp, like shaving razors and stuff. 22.5, anywhere from 20 to 25 degrees is your basic knife edge that you have on knives, and that's really what you're aiming for. So if I had a flat blade and I had my actual sharpening angle, I'm looking to be coming off of that blade flat, and I'm looking to pick up just so I can get to that angle that I'm looking for, whatever that is. And a lot of times I'm trying to match that of the blade itself, or I'm trying to reprofile and go with the angle that I need to go with. And they have guides for this as well that clip onto the knife to help you out if you can't see it yourself or can't work with it. But like I said, anywhere 20, 25 degrees, 30 degrees. If it's a big hunting knife, it can even be at 40 degrees. But with these particular stones, they're looking for around 20 to 25 degrees. So we're looking at sharpening. And this isn't a knife sharpening video, but I'm just doing this on a bigger knife. That way, so now I've got an edge. I'm like, oh, I've got my edge now. Now I want to finish off my edge. I'm going to come back to this little guy. And in my pack, it's a much finer stone, and the much finer stone is going to smooth up that edge to where it's very sharp. Once you take steel and you run it across something like a cinder block or really low grit, 50 grit, 20 grit, whatever it is, you run across that, it'll take chunks out of the steel. It may you may get an edge, but it won't be really that sharp. The finer the stone you run across it, the more it starts smoothing out that edge and making that smooth edge extremely sharp. And that's what we're looking for in this particular case. So now I can come across and I can really get down there. Now, one thing I want to point out about this particular stone is this is also an Arkansas stone. This one's very smooth. It's a rod. And then this is a bit coarser than this stone here. Okay? So it's not as smooth as, let's say, a regular rod goes. And I'm not sure if I'll keep this or not because of that particular case. It feels a bit rougher, and you don't go by the feeling really, because once you start using it, it smooths out. And you're thinking, well, it just lost its edge. Well, that's not true. Even a smooth stone, whatever grit it's set at, it's going to do the work it's meant to do. But this one just seems extremely porous compared to the normal type of ceramic that I deal with most of the time for sharpening knives. But then again, on a first aid kit or the fishing kit, this actually comes in handy. You've got this nice groove here. So if I take a fishing hook per se, like so. Brand name doesn't matter. And then I run this guy directly into the channel, and I drag down, drag down, drag down. I'm slowly pressing this tip. There we go. This very pointy tip here, slowly pressing it into the stone. It's gonna make this sharper and sharper. Get it like to like a razor sharp type quality to it. Razor sharp, it's a marketing term.